an all VTuber D&D stream. I'm just saying.
Pretty sure it's already happened.
My kids watch VTubers, and it annoys the hell out of me.
Yeah, my kids watch VTubers too.
I came down from bed yesterday morning, and all three of my kids were watching YouTube on different devices. Like my son on his computer, the other two on different TVs, and they were all watching the same content. Two of them watching the same video on different devices. They were all a VTuber.
Hey, some people watch them in two times faster speed. Some people watch them in 0.5, you know?
Dave over here is a Neoners fan, right? That's your girl? Neoners?
She's just a fucking joy.
She's your pumpkin spice latte of VTubers right there.
Well, my kid's current obsession is this iPad game called Granny Horror Game. Like a little survival horror game, very basic, you know, iPad style graphics. So they like watching VTubers play it. Anyway, I believe in the middle of something. So, down on the ground, Dave, as Dawn is on top of this tank, he's just, you know, has slain this one orc whose body is now charred, with a cleaver stuck in its abdomen. There's another orc staying there trying to rip the cleaver out to fight more. You also see nearby, because you're still within sight of the tank, and there's this larger orc on the ground, probably about 20 meters from your location, who has this sort of big metal jaw attached to the bottom half of his face that's like 3 sizes too big. And his gun appears to be actually gold plated, which is quite weird for an orc. It's got all sorts of other shiny bits and doohickeys stick to the outside of the gun, and he's wrangling some sort of beast that looks like it's more. It's basically a mouth with legs. I'm just going to quickly show you. I'll post in the Roll20 what it looks like so you can see.
Squig? Or is it different than a squig?
Can you see that? Yeah, it's a squig.
The squig.
So, although this particular one has been strapped with all manner of explosives.
Oh, God.
And in fact, he's just finished lighting about 4 or 5 sticks of dynamite and stuck it into this thing's mouth. And he's loosed its chain and he's sent it skittling towards the Chimera where Pierre is.
Man, he's seriously going to spill some tea over this.
What's your plan, Dawn?
I mean, what can I do in this situation? Am I able to go in there and pull the dynamite out of its mouth?
I mean, its whole body is coated in munitions. The only kind of kill for an orc is overkill. It's got bombs strapped to the side of its body. Some have little the countdown clock timer, you know, others have burning fuses. It's a mishmash of technologies, but this thing looks like it's on a suicide path straight towards the.
Can I shoot it with the tank that I'm in?
Well, let me say, Don, don't you
have a hand flamer?
We can switch movies again. Now we're doing Avengers 1. Okay, you have to Tony Stark over, pick the thing up, and then deliver it to the enemy command tent.
I mean, just so you know,
tank that you're on right now.
Yeah, or the tank you're on right now.
This squig is almost as tall as you. They're actually quite big. It's almost as big as you are, so you wouldn't be able to lift it as such. But so you could either get close enough to flame it, or you could try and commandeer the tank gun, reach down to the turret and try and work out a way to fire this tank gun at it.
How far away is it?
About 10 meters.
And using my pure mathematical equations in my brain that I'm currently capable of doing, what is the blast radius of this thing?
Wow.
Oh, it won't affect you. It'll probably blow up some more squigs. But not squigs, snotlings. But they're clearing a path to let it run towards the Chimera as well. So it's not going to be a danger to you.
If I shoot it with a hand flamer, is it just going to go up? Is it just going to?
Yeah, but it's probably going to cause a lot of damage in its exact spot. Maybe a hand flamer might. You don't have a full flamer, do you? You only got a hand flamer.
Only a hand flamer on me, yeah.
Yeah, okay. You probably have to get too close. I think hand flamer's only it's got a range of 10 meters. Yeah. No, you have a full flamer. You've got a full flamer.
I thought you did, because I thought we had to get the hand flamer second. No, we don't. She doesn't have a hand flamer, does she?
No, I do.
She's got a best quality hand flamer and a regular quality flamer.
Oh, okay.
Let's do with them, you know.
Flamer does require 2 hands, so you'd have to momentarily drop the burning blade to pull out and wield the flamer.
That'd be sacrilegious.
Instead of dropping it, what if she sticks it into the body of the orc, like a
stuck
thing
there right now? So.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like it's like the things you put in your drinks, right? You just put it there to hold it in place, or like the thing you use to hold the olive in a sandwich in place. You'll be back for that pitch later.
So if I can't do it with the hand flamer, I'll just use the normal flamer, I guess.
Okay, so you let go of the burning blade for a moment and whip up this flamer to fire at it while this other orc is bearing down on you with its cleaver.
Sure.
Right,
yeah, I mean, the cleaver's not going to do much to me, so it's fine.
Yep. Pierre, are you still trying to order the tank gunners to fire on the
guns? Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I'll make my best attempt to, which hasn't been great so far.
And you continue to flame some snotlings?
Yeah.
Okay. Spoon, what's Adrian's plan? These other... So I kept calling them mech boys before. The other things are orcs in big mech armor, sorry. Or mega armor, sorry. Mega armor. So there are still 2 uninjured and 1 injured, one on the tower. And then there is somewhere in your world a big mech.
Yep. And I consulted the floor plan, and it turns out the door's on the front, so we're 100% good to go.
Okay.
With that plan.
Fucking crazy, man.
So I'm going to do one more run on the mech boys, and then I'm going to basically turn around and point in the direction of where I think Dawn and wherever Dawn's at.
Okay, no worries. And lower the ramp.
Are you gonna let me know somehow?
Yes. Yeah. I'm like once I do this gun run, I'm gonna vox you and be like, hey, I have a bad idea.
Do you need me to roll for shooting the AA guns?
Well, at the moment, we're just working out what the actions are before we start rolling dice. And Arthur, so you rush to the top of the stairs and you see down in the landing bay is this like 12-foot tall orc in bulky metal plate armor with this contraption on his back, which is scraping on the roof of the bay as well. In one hand, he has effectively a giant spanner, but it's arcing electricity like it's like a power field, basically. And in the other hand, he has some sort of strange gun that has it's got like a Gatling style multi-barrel approach, but each barrel is something different. Like one's like clearly like a melter barrel, one's like a flamer barrel, one's some sort of snub barrel, and it's like it can spin up to whichever one is on top is like the type of gun he's using, but it makes no sense. Like, how can this thing fire flame out of the same barrel that produces solid ammunition, for example? But he's currently and he's effectively like whacking the side of the gun cutter with this power spanner, and when you approach, he like looks your way, grins and spits out his half-chewed cigar. So what's your plan?
My plan is to begin saying the most vile orcish curses I know from the Xenos Maleficum.
Okay.
That will... I mean, we already know these guys are excitable and aggressive. So I just want to, you're a coward, you smell of elderberries, etc., etc. And then just hold position at the top of the staircase and unload with the heavy bolter. And my shoulder-mounted instant shotgun.
All right. I will need an initiative roll from you, unless you want to spend a fate point to go first.
Or
do counts rolling a 10.
How far away from me is he?
Probably about 6 meters.
Okay, so that's easily close enough that he could move immediately. Yes, I will spend a fate point.
There's no way you could stand to shoot him within sight of him that he couldn't cover.
I definitely want to go first then. I want to shoot him before he can get into melee range with me.
So what is having encounters rolling a 10 for you? That's what's your agility
15.
bonus? Okay, so if I roll a 10.
Wow.
Oh, you're right.
Wow.
It takes place at the same time. In actuality, like the tiebreaker is who has the highest agility score. So he happens a moment before you, but we'll effectively you guys clash at the same time. So all right, we'll come back to you. We'll do the other results first. So Dawn, you whip out your flamer. It's an auto hit weapon. So I need to make a agility test for the squig to try and avoid being cooked.
So let me check. I think I have some extra
cleanse
stuff
and
in here.
purify, which makes it minus 10.
I have. I don't know if I have that one yet. I don't think I have cleanse and purify. No.
Let me see what you've got. That might be relevant.
I have the first one.
Which was that one? Sorry, what's that one? Hold
It's like, oh fuck, where is it? I'm gonna pull up the book here. It's like on the first couple of missionary levels. I might not have
Purge
that one.
Unclean. Purge Unclean. Maybe?
Yeah, that's yeah, that sounds like what I have. Yeah.
No worries. Okay, I'll roll his at minus 10. And I think that because that's right. The upgrade means that even if they pass, they still take half damage. All right, so bomb squeak.
It's like a reverse rogue.
Okay, he fails to avoid the attack. Roll damage for your flamer.
Flamer.
All right, Dave, make this happen.
6. That was a pretty low roll.
That's right. That's all that's required to set off the explosive. Then he takes the bomb harness damage to himself. So yeah, it explodes and blows, like bloody chunks of this thing fly everywhere. Like it's a big explosion. It's enough like you feel it through the hull of the tank as well, Pierre, as it goes off. And the orc that set it loose like turns to you, like, "You get that was me favorite squig," and he lifts his weapon up to charge at you as well.
So there was Dawn holds up a hand and there's like a blur effect on like the symbol that she throws out with her hands, you know?
Yep.
It's a space curse. You guys wouldn't know it. It's fine. Don't worry.
Okay, Pierre, give me your command roll.
I don't wanna, but I'll do it. I'm afraid.
Come on,
say.
you can't.
He puts down his tea gingerly and thinks about it.
That's
there we go.
significantly
Okay.
better.
So would you please give me 2 90% shooting rolls for the tank?
Yeah, that sounds nicer. All right.
No, it gets to 95 and a 94.
Of course,
there we go.
Roll really
That
well.
works.
When does it matter?
No worries. So the tank takes out 2 of the autocannon turrets this round, and you continue to burn with the burnate the peasants with the flamers. Okay, Spoon. I need you first off to give me a shooting roll against those orcs in mega armor.
Okay.
No longer protected by custom force field.
Firing at full auto, but also flying defensively. So just a plus 10 total.
Okay, so that's 3 hits. How do you want to distribute it between the 3 orcs? There's 1 injured, 1, 2 uninjured.
So 1 hit on the injured one, and then 2 hits on an uninjured.
Okay,
one.
so roll the one on the uninjured one first. On the injured one, sorry. 1 hit. 40, 10 plus 5. Well, so still not a great roll, but still enough to take him out, because that'll be so 7 will go through, half down to 4, takes the minus 8 in the chest. Yeah, so he's blown to bloody gibbets. And then 8d10 plus 10 on the other one. Oh yes. So you make a mess out of that guy. In fact, roll a hit again because you got an Emperor's Wrath in there.
2 very different shots.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yes, roll me a d10. 72 damage. So minus his toughness takes it down to 68. Takes him 40 odd points past his 0 threshold. Even half down to 20 is still a mess. Absolutely destroyed with that. You know? Yeah. Well, that's why he gets his toughness twice.
I'd be worried if he did.
He is very dead.
I'd be worried if he did survive.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I think like as Adrian like rolls out of his gun run, he calls Don on the Vox. and it's like, Sister Dawn.
Yeah, you saw the explosion, huh? No, that was all me.
We have a situation on the gun cutter that I believe would require your unique
Speak
skill.
plainly, man. What are you saying?
There's a giant orc in the cargo bay.
Yeah, and like we see from like Dawn's perspective, it's one of those like fast-paced rack focuses, like in Firefly, where she looks up and the camera suddenly like refocuses on the gun cutter with its door coming down, and there's this giant thing in there fighting Nero.
What are we on? Like movie reference 11, 12?
I think this is lucky number 13.
Okay,
Man,
Nero,
the callback.
give me your best attack.
All right. So just real quick before this happens, for armor,
Yep.
is it your toughness plus your armor rating is your...
Is how much you reduce?
Yeah.
Yeah, but your
Okay.
penetration only reduces the armor. So even if the penetration takes your armor to zero,
Yeah. So I don't think I ever updated the toughness on my armor, which is why I was confused. So it's like, where is this 4 coming from? So I actually have 12. Makes me feel a little better.
yeah. I mean, his sparkly chopper spanner has penetration though. So
Is that its actual name?
it's actually its name, Sparky Chopper Spanner.
Okay. I'm gonna open up with the good heavy bolter solar firing organ grinder rounds. I'm gonna take a half action to aim and another half action to fire full auto. So 20, 30, 40 bonus. I guess that's it. I hit with everything.
Okay.
So
So 10
stopping the
shots?
best. Yeah.
So first off, I'm going to start doing some. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he blocked 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and he did short out this round.
Okay.
2, 3, 4. Yep, cool. So it's do six sets of damage, please.
Okay.
So could he attempt to dodge first, then?
Oh, sorry, I should make a dodge roll for him. Sorry, yes, that's one thing I did also forgot too.
Okay.
I shouldn't have with my mouth.
No, it's fine. We want this to be even. I'm gonna dodge as well.
Okay.
Okay, so now I have what, 3 shots that hit?
No, but
Two-
what I'll do is I'll take it from the top though. So I'll do the last 3 rolls. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he dodged 3 out of 7 hits. So you do 4 damage rolls. Sorry.
Okay. I think one of these triggered Emperor's Wrath.
Yes,
The
the first
top
one
one.
did.
I mean, I can't miss. So, yep,
Yep.
I hit super
No
good.
worries. So an extra D10 damage. 3. Okay, so you got an 18, 14, 11, and 12. Okay, its pen is... what's the pen on that weapon? 5?
Pen 5.
Okay, so he's got 9 armor, so he takes 4 off each of those.
Okay. If the
And
target
then he-
takes any damage, we need to talk about the organ grinder.
Okay, well, let me just take off that he's
Yep.
got 8 toughness, so it takes it down to 6, 4, 1, and 0. So he's taken 11 damage so far, so then go to the organ grinder.
Okay. So if the target takes damage from the shell after reduction from armor and toughness, they make a toughness test with a minus 10 for every point of damage taken. So that's a minus like 110, right?
Every point of damage taken after that. So it's going to be 3 toughness tests because three went through and did damage.
Okay.
With a minus 6, a minus 4, and a minus 1.
Okay. Success means that the shell does the organ grinder thing and deals another 2d10 rending damage.
Okay.
Literally
nice.
just explodes on inside of him.
Yep. So the first one will be minus. Okay, so the first one fails. Then second one fails.
And this is not
Third
reduced
one.
in any way.
No. Okay.
Yep, these are all pure. Whoa!
Wow.
Were you rolling agility or toughness?
Holy shit.
Wow, it's looking particularly bad now.
Just remember, I spent a whole
so-
season asking Pierre for these weapons for literally this exact moment.
Okay, so it takes him
As
to
I was
minus
saying, you don't need to pick me up. It's cool, guys.
I love the
I'm
idea
good,
that
yeah.
Adrian gets on the radio and he's just like, "Yeah, we're gonna need you inside," and then the body of this guy flies down and hits the tank,
Flying
just
out,
gets the
yeah.
gun in.
No, what I love, like he goes flying out, rolls over my like cockpit windscreen. I go,
okay, so I need to take it -2 rending in the body. Was
He
rending or
survived
explosives?
all of that?
Yeah.
That's an extra
It's a big
34
back,
some-
man.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, these orcs have like wounds in the 70s.
Okay, yeah, because that's 44 unblocked damage. Right
Yeah,
there.
that's right.
Did you do the first roll at a -50?
Yeah, because of the amount of damage that I dealt to him. The organ
Is
grinders
it
are
multiplied
incredible.
by 10?
No, yeah, every point of damage is a
It's a
minus 10 to
on the
the
toughness
roll.
test.
Yeah, it means that
Oh,
the damage,
Jesus
it's the
Christ,
shell
okay.
is more and more accurate. Yeah, organ
So
grinders are
do you know
nasty.
if the metal if the organ grinder counts as rending damage or
It's
explosive
rending.
damage?
Yes, it's rending damage.
Okay. Rending body -2. Okay. So he reduces armor by 1 point, and he takes 1 level of fatigue.
So he feels really tired from being shot
Yeah.
a lot. All right, now I'm going to
This sounds
follow up
very
with my
minor.
gun.
Yeah.
It's like this-
All right, I don't get any bonuses on this.
literally having basically blenders like that are this big shot into him.
I mean, it's
yeah,
quarter
I think
size
that
of like a
hits.
10 gauge.
Yeah. It's 2 hits, I believe. Oh, no, is it still auto or?
This is the hell gun, and it only can fire a single shot for free.
Okay.
So
no worries.
that's just my shoulder mounted gun.
So it does get an Emperor's Wrath though.
Oh yes, let's do that. Yeah, I figured I'd miss that. I will spend a fate point because this feels like if I could just execute this guy in one round, it would be really nice. Yep.
Yeah, roll a d10.
All right.
Okay, so there'll be a total of 16. He's got 8 armor reduced by 7 for the penetration and a 1. He's going to bring it down to 15 minus his toughness brings it down to 6, halved down to 3.
I was hearing a lot of rounding downs that don't make me happy. What about
Okay,
doubles?
he takes D10 levels of fatigue.
This is the
Wow. Okay.
Oh, that's 10
Yeah.
levels of fatigue total now.
Yep.
He's just
So-
really tired.
He's probably be going after this, but his attack still comes simultaneously because you guys are tied on there. Yeah. Okay, so he is swift attacking you with his sparky choppy spanner.
Can't take that name seriously.
We have to
Yeah.
turn him into.
This thing is gonna fuck you up though.
Yeah, no. That's good luck, Arthur.
All right, I get dodge, right?
You do get to dodge.
Okay, I'm definitely dodging the one that actually hit.
Yeah.
It's my last. Oh no, I have one more. Okay, spending my fate point to re-roll that. Come on, man! I have a 70 dodge. I've spent. Yeah, there we
But
go.
it's not enough
dodge
though. No, it doesn't dodge.
still
You
hits,
got to beat his degrees of success.
Yeah. But to do extra degrees of success, do more things.
Not with this. No.
Okay, well then that was worthless.
It's
Fuck you.
for
I mean, you had a shot.
Yeah. Literally one of the only dodge rolls I've ever made. Okay.
26 pen 5.
Okay, so the lathe armor halves the pen value of any attack made.
Okay, so down to 3.
Yes.
And you have your stormtrooper carapace.
Yes, so I'm 7 with 5 toughness.
Yep.
So it takes down to 14. Is that right?
I don't know. I don't know what it
you
is.
reduce the damage by 9 because
Yeah.
it's still pen 3.
Because it's pens 3, which is basically
Or
9. at that point.
Yes. Yep. I reduced damage by 9.
Okay, so then 17.
17.
Okay, that is enough to put me into critical 1.
But okay, we only goes to 1. Okay.
Yep.
no worries.
So you take a level
to
of
what?
fatigue. I
And
don't know what happens.
the attack roll hit you in the 03, which it goes to the 30 then because it swaps. Otherwise, it would have been the head. So it's a body shot, I believe. No, it's
That's-
actually your left arm.
It's great. I don't use my left arm for anything because I'm ambidextrous. I just needed to shoot all of my guns.
Okay. Anything held in that arm is torn free.
Okay, so like the gun that I'm holding and the other gun that's in that arm, because that in the armor has the auto pistols. As one of the auto pistols. It
says was held, so I'm going to say we won't just have it's and effectively because I got to say because you're holding the gun in the other hand anyway for the trigger. I would say that it's probably I'm going to translate to a -10 if you shooting the heavy bolter in the next round.
We're in melee, but yeah, sure, I'll figure something out. I go but then I keep firing until he's nearly dead.
Yeah. Okay.
What does 10 levels of fatigue do to him?
I need to see if that's a problem for him. It may be.
I'd really love if he just collapses here and I spar to kick him out, but I feel like he weighs way too much for me to do that. I'm not actually that strong.
We'll give you some gravity assist. I'll just throw on the brakes.
Jesus, I'm in the fucking cargo bay as well.
Just hang on to something.
No, Adrian, fly casual.
Look, do you want to die this session or not?
I'm doing fine so far. I'm okay.
Oh, sorry, it was two damage extra. I forgot about his brutal charge. So
okay, I have the critical damage I take. Though.
So it's just one extra on the rending in the arm, which is not going to be that.
So my critical damage.
Oh, sorry, you also take a level of fatigue. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, okay. So, but then he passed out from the injuries. He's going to be out for.
I turn to Kate and I'm just like, knife him, Kate, knife him.
Yeah, he's going to be out for 6 minutes.
Wow, this is easy pickings right here.
Unfortunately, this one hasn't got fate points. It's the captain's got fate points.
All right, I call up to Adrian. I'm just like, I got him. He's unconscious. Oh fuck! Oh, got him per my arm. Oh shit! I literally am telling Kate to finish this guy off. I'm just like, Kate, knife him, just back of the neck, quick. Get the kill seal.
It's like looking for a space where there's no armor to get a knife in.
Okay, beat him with the missile launcher, Kate.
Adrian just comes over the Vox and is like, hang on.
No, I was just like, with what? My arm hurts.
Okay, shots with the two remaining autocannons at the flyer are going to be at -10. So they're still a full auto though. That is a miss and a miss. That's fine. Okay, then the orc boy that's attacking Dawn from the tank. Misses, and then the orc knob, while charging at Dawn, fires his snaz gun at her.
What's a
snaz gun? That sounds like a snack or something.
Doesn't feel like you want to know.
So you don't recognize the type of gun it is until it actually shoots out. It's firing like a plasma gun, basically. So it's firing like white hot like a ball of liquid hydrogen at you, basically. So I need you to make. You want to make a dodge roll to go out of the way?
Yeah, that's what you do with the ranged attacks. Yeah. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'll make a dodge. Do I get any modifiers to that or not?
No, it's a straight dodge roll.
All right. 1 point.
Hey, okay. So you dive out of the way as this ball of energy hits the side of the tank and like melts through. You hear an orc inside scream in pain as this snaz shot goes through the hole. All right. So you can now see. So effectively, you're just watching on the ground. All you guys can hear now is the report of the mega bolters from the Tide of Iron. Any ability to communicate with each other? Maybe like by a headset. Now.
We have microbeads, though, right?
Yeah, I'd say probably that. You can probably hear it by that, but any other sounds on the battlefield is just completely blown out by the mega bolters from the Tide of Iron, like raking through the snotling and orc hordes. And occasionally you sort of hear sounds of distress from the orcs that this is probably more than they can actually handle. Although there are some who are brave enough or foolhardy enough to still charge at the Tide of Iron, which also weighs several hundred tons and can just drive over the top of them too. Yeah, like the lasgunners probably were going to keep up with Pierre's last order to keep firing at the remaining 2 turrets, even though they probably couldn't hear you now because they're in the same vehicle this weapon is coming from. Pierre, Nero, give me 2 ballistic skill 40 rolls shooting at the rocks. This is the last round before they're in orbit.
Hey.
Yes. And
hey.
Very nice.
Train that crew
So
good.
You guys sort of see, like, in the sky, 2 silent explosions and then like a rain of fiery debris as it enters the atmosphere, and it's just like this beautiful, cascade of yellow fire as the pieces of the rocks melt up in the atmosphere. So at this point, the orcs that you're fighting are pretty much turning to flee, with the exception of probably the couple that are still fighting with Dawn. They're not going to break from a melee combat. So Dawn, there is the bigger knob who's just charging at you with his gun, and then the smaller boy who's been trying to stab at you.
Can I do full attacks and attack twice?
You can, yes, because you got swift attack.
I will do that. So I guess the first attack will go to the one that's closer.
Okay, it's +0 to hit him. He's regular size.
There's sizing in this? That's interesting. Didn't know that.
Well,
Okay.
there's things called there's a hulking size. Anything which is hulking is +10 to hit. The knob is hulking.
So this is +20 then?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. 5.8.
All right. He will attempt to parry with his chopper. And fails. Well, he just thought, has your weapon got power field?
Yes.
It does. Okay, so he brings his chopper up and you just cut straight through it with your blade.
Wow.
Yeah. Give me a damage roll.
22.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. They don't have true grit. Oh, they do. But anyway, this guy's a mook. Yeah. You cut straight through this orc. Cut him in 2 before he bursts into flames as he uselessly uses his meat cleaver to defend against your blade. Then you're attacking the knob as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Do I get the same bonuses on the second attack?
No, you're +10 as well. Plus 10 additional because he's hulking. So that's +30.
6.9.
Okay. He's not going to attempt to avoid the attack because he doesn't think it will be useful. Okay, roll your damage. 15. Okay, it's pen 5 for your weapon? 4, okay. So he takes 7 damage. So he's still
roll
up
the
to see if he catches fire.
Check.
Yeah. He does not. So he will burn for an additional 2 points of damage.
Hell yeah.
Okay. As he attempts to then whack you with his chopper.
Oh, if he's going to do the chopper attack, I'm going to parry him then.
Okay. So he's missed with the chopper.
So I don't parry?
Well, you don't need to. Like, he didn't swing near you. You would... An attempt to parry in this case is really more an attempt to attack because his weapon's not near your weapon.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is because I have a power field weapon.
You could destroy it if you. Yeah, but you still can't parry a missed attack.
Oh, I see.
You'll get to attack next, though, so you can attack him twice back. So you can make 2 attack rolls at +30.
Okay. Do it right now.
Yep.
Okay. And then the second.
Okay, both hit. Both are unavoidable for him. So roll 2 sets of damage.
Aye. 16.
Okay, that's Emperor's Wrath. So roll to hit again with the same bonus.
Okay.
No. So 16 takes 8 more damage, and then the second damage roll.
17.
Okay, we'll take him to -3 energy in the 32 in the torso. Takes 2 levels of fatigue and is stunned for 1 round. And he will then take another 3 boon damage, which will basically kill him. Yeah.
Nice.
While this is happening, Pierre's like laser tracing with the last pistol, just trying to show where the guardsman to shoot at.
Yep.
Over there.
All right. Adrian, the orcs that remain, run off into the wilderness on the far side. They're probably the grots leave behind the mech guns that were not destroyed. The Tide of Iron takes out the 2 remaining automatic gun turrets, which still keep firing because the Servant of Brains were told to keep shooting. But this base seems to have been won. The landing platform has crap on it, but you could, like the gun cutter's heavy enough, you could pretty much crush whatever was on the gun, whatever's on the landing platform. You want to put the gun cutter down.
Yeah, I'll bring it in for a landing.
Yeah, as it's landing, Nero's going to throw his headless trophy out onto the...
Yeah, I was going to say, like, the body rolls, because the body probably weighs about 3 tons, but he, like, rolls down the ramp onto the ground and slumps there.
And Nero's holding up the head of Ugg. I'll go check my notes later.
I scab Gutsnagger.
Yeah, to show to any of the fleeing people that, like, turn around and they're like, well, maybe we can recover this. And Nero's just like, yeah. He isn't really good at intimidate, so he's trying to pretend like he's not on the verge of death.
Yeah, that he literally almost didn't die to 1 shot. And luckily, he had the right ammo loaded into his gun.
So, like, looking back at the battlefield, you can see, like, the Tide of Iron has moved back, like, about 10 feet from where it first started firing. Like, the force of the Vulcan Megabolt is enough to actually push the tank back in its own treads. And there's just, this field of body debris, like bone shards the size of, chicken wishbones, where the Snotlings and Orcs used to be. The burning wreck of the Lehman Russ tank that was converted, that Dawn, speared 2 Orcs through the top of, and then had a plasma blast go into. The remaining Lehman Russ tank has been abandoned by the Orcs as they fled. It's in fact, the Imperial Guard losses were actually quite minimal. They probably only lost a couple of 100 men to Snotlings and Orcs in the very front lines when they first clashed together. And there's so you can see, like, the colonel and the generals are basically, barking out orders, like trying to get some men together to pursue the Orcs into the wilderness, others to secure various parts of the base. Get sensors online, determine what that explosion was in space. So and some eyes look towards Pierre for, like, okay, what next, General?
Ready up defenses in case the Orcs decide to bring a counterattack. Pursuing them into the jungle will be just going into their own ambushes there. What I imagine what was shot up out in the air was asteroids that housed more Orcs, but this has been taken care of by the Hand of Calixis.
Nero comes over covered in Orc blood, dragging the head of his opponent, which is probably...
I imagine you're also covered in your own blood.
Torso, his left armor is, like, hanging loose, and he just goes, Lord Captain, I believe we should use the gun cutter to pursue the fleeing troops. It's the only thing that can do it. Now that there's nothing that can oppose it, we should press our victory and use our advantage to just pummel them, just fucking destroy them.
How dense are the jungles here? Are they?
Well, it's like
dense?
swamp. It's like swamp. Do you guys know what mangroves are? Is mangroves purely an Australian thing? Okay.
No, mangroves are an American thing, but they're brackish water plants.
Yeah, it's like mangroves.
All right. Yeah, I looked at the thing I'm holding in my hand, and I'm like, what do you think, Ubscab Gutsnagger? You think that your forces can oppose us now? I don't know, Lord Commander.
You, like, grab the jaw and move the jaw.
And it goes,
I have Cade do it then, if that makes you feel better. I have Cade do the lower part while I hold the head up. There's no reason to let these filthy Xenos scum flee when we can destroy them before they can burrow into their holes and breed again.
We can deal with them later. For now, we have to figure out where the unaccounted for boss is.
Okay, Nero's definitely going to look towards General Olmacher for backup on this one.
Yeah, I mean, they're already ordering troops into the. Like, they don't want to order your people to do anything as such. Like, they don't want to make any orders about that, but they are definitely ordering troops into the woods to pursue the orcs. Like, they're mounting up in the chimeras.
Once things are set up here properly enough, we need to head back to Hand of Calixis to prepare for fighting the big ship.
You get a Vox call, Pierre. It's not coming from the Hand of Calixis, but it is coming from space.
That might be the boss now.
It's me, Nosget Grogstopper. How are things going down there, boys?
You answer the call and you hear a familiar voice. It's Dominique Armelin, the captain of the Eternal Praetorian. Lord Commodore, we've arrived in the system. We're in the middle of some sort of debris field. Is everything all right here?
Currently, yes. At the moment, though, you need to get prepared for combat because there's another orc killer cruiser, I believe is the term for it.
You hear her like order general quarters in the background.
We're going to be in space combat here in probably the next episode.
the next what, Lord Commodore?
I'm sorry. In the next few hours.
And indeed, you get like a message from the Hand saying that they've detected, the cruiser appears to be heading in system now at a slow pace, much slower than those two rocks came.
Yep.
Should put rocket boosters on that kill cruiser.
It's bigger than
the rocket boosters went into the asteroids. That's what happened.
Yeah, they had to take out their own engines to boost up the asteroids.
That would be incredible.
I mean, that's what happened. That's what they did. They just slapped rocket boosters on asteroids with a bunch of orcs on it.
They're called rocks, ROK. It's one way that orcs deploy themselves to planets is by giving asteroid shields and engines, filling the middle full of orcs, and just shooting at the planet. And whoever survives gets to fight on the other end.
Yeah.
This is the unorthodoxness that you need in the grim dark universes.
But it's very orthodox.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
That was for you.
I know. I appreciated it.
Is anyone else grabbing any other trophies from the battlefield?
What a disgusting
no, I'm just going to get the
idea.
gun cutter immediately.
I want to know how the Repentia did.
Yeah.
So none of them actually died. They were mostly fighting the Snotlings and the few orcs that managed to make their way through the line.
They were like easy prey for great sword wielders.
Yeah, I mean it was more a case of like it just slowed down their progress. Being on foot, they was kill what was in front of them, and they did it so very effectively. In fact, they were probably largely helping to inspire the troops. Who were? I mean, to the troops, they're still sororitas. They still see like the fleur-de-lis on their weapons, that sort of stuff. They assume that they are effectively members of the ecclesiarchy, which they still are. And so their presence bolstered the troops who fought more bravely in the face of the orc menace. Probably a couple of them have sustained injuries that will require medical treatment, but and probably treatment they'll eschew as well, because they'll see these injuries as further marks of their faith or their need to repent for their sins.
All right. Nero doesn't say anything about that.
Yeah.
I guess we're all reboarding
reading a book that they were told not to.
We're reboarding the gun cutter.
Yeah,
Yes, we need to get to the Hand of Calixis.
I don't know that Adrian ever got out of the gun cutter.
Right. But as he's getting on the gun cutter, dragging the head of this guy with him, he turns to Dawn and says, "Hey, did you know that I have a daughter now? Princess Violetta."
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I got a picture of her up in the cockpit. It's not covered in blood. So.
I'd love to see it.
Should head up
It's
there.
Have you made like your death note now? Put it in your jacket for just.
That's
I imagine it's got
ridiculous.
a giant hole in it.
Every letter Nero sends is a death note.
Every note starts off like, "My dearest wife, this will perhaps be the last note that I send you."
The snows in January held us down at Neo Gettysburg.
By the time you read this, I may be dead. That's how everyone starts off.
Yeah.
Then you have to send an immediate note afterwards. I turned out to not die. I was really close, though.
I'm gonna say the same thing to the Lord Commodore as I sit heavily in a seat next to Captain Bryn and ask his men to help me prepare the head for, you know, like stuffing. I want to make it a permanent fixture, right? So we need to make some preparations. Get the stuff inside that doesn't need to be inside.
I'm contemplating whether if I need to be on the Eternal Praetorian or just stick with the Hand of Calixis. Being as the Eternal Praetorian is going to be the ones getting up close as compared to the Hand of Calixis.
Lord Captain, you seem like you're contemplating. I have a picture of my infant child up in the cockpit if you want to go take a look at it.
Huh? Sure, I'll do that.
It's a princess. It's pretty cool.
Congrats.
You aren't thinking of going to the Eternal Praetorium, right? Because the Hand of Calixis is your flagship. It would be devastating for morale if the captain was to leave the ship right before a major battle.
Well, I'm not the captain, I'm the Commodore.
You're still the captain of the ship. Your rank does not abrogate your responsibility as the commanding officer of that vessel. You really need a course in basic Imperial Navy, I think, sir.
We're not the Imperial Navy, we're the Cowles dynasty.
Is this conversation being held in a place that Adrian
the docking bay?
Okay. I mean, it's probably over the comms.
Yeah.
So. Actually, Nero, as the flag officer, the Hand of Calixis technically should have its own captain.
Nero just...
Who handles the running of the ship while the Lord Commodore runs the battle.
Somewhere nearby.
The executive officer.
Yes.
The second in command guy who's been waiting for the shot.
Talmanes Barrington just appears out of nowhere with a cape swish. He basically is just exactly like Pierre, but in like second-hand.
Look, my inspiration for Barrington is definitely Commodore Norrington from Pirates of the Caribbean.
I just rewatched that movie today. All right, yeah, like I just rolled my eyes and I'm like, really, sir? You want us to serve under Barrington? Very well. He's competent.
Strategically speaking,
Nero looks really tired too. He like leans on the head. He's like, okay.
Listen,
I heard that you recently engaged in melee combat.
Yeah, nah, only in the most technical term, Don. He was dead by the time he got to me. He just didn't know it yet.
Yet you sustains incredible injuries.
Like he looks at his arm and he's just like, no, it's pretty good actually. I mean, compared to the previous injuries I've had, it's not that bad. I do keep getting hit in the arms though, which is a little worrying. I like my arms.
Yeah, hold this space apple in your injured hand for me, please.
You know, Nero, we can upgrade those arms if you'd like.
I think they're pretty good right now, and he flexes his bulging biceps.
Yes, but they could be mechanically bulging biceps.
I don't like that, Lord Commodore. I've spent a lot of time.
In your bulging
I'm
biceps.
the peak physical condition a non-genome enhanced human can be.
It wouldn't be genome, it'd be cybernetics.
I don't want cybernetics. I'm literally the peak physical condition of a human being. When the God Emperor said that humanity would control the galaxy, he didn't say they'd do it by putting machines in their body. Let's save that for a last resort, shall we?
I think Pierre's about to say something, and then just... Right.
I feel like Nero's gonna be carrying on this orchid for like the next week, waiting for people to like ask about it every time. You know, like, oh, sorry, this head. Oh no, let me tell you the story now.
You just announced
like
it.
Geralt, he just carries it on his bed.
It's actually the new front of his golf cart.
The new hood ornament.
Yeah, I mean it's basically the engine block.
I also like the idea that it's like Valheim, and he just hangs it on his wall, and he becomes more comfortable in his bedroom. All of a sudden, he's just like, "Oh
it
man!"
talks to him occasionally.
Oh, so comfortable.
That's
now.
what the Valheim
rest
bosses
of
do.
that?
If you put them on your wall, they talk to you.
All right, so the the gun cutter's going to do a bit of helping clean up down here before you guys head back to the ships. Both the gun cutter and the Chimera will need some basic repairs, not to their functionality, but certainly, like before Nero got down there, the mech boy was smashing up the inside of the bay with his spanner, and like the spanner is now embedded like a foot into the deck plate where it got dropped, and the power field was still active. And likewise, the Chimera has like, you know, various cosmetic panels that have been torn off by snotlings, and there's also like snotling viscera gummed up in its working gears too. So
some ashes in as well. It's just it's a real mess.
Yeah, it's all just part of the basic maintenance program you got with the gun cutter and the Chimera. So that's all that stuff out.
Maintenance package. What do we need to upgrade to the premium package?
350,000 orc kills or 10 years.
So why don't we leave that there for now, and we'll start our outros, because I know we're trying to finish now a bit earlier. But I wanted to try something a little bit more cinematic in terms of the battle, rather than just a whole bunch of initiative and action rolls, and I think I'll try and do something similar next week to resolve the space. I'd not go to like a full-on space battle, but gives the people stuff to do on board the ship, etc. Yeah.
I appreciate that, because I have absolutely nothing to do in space battles. It's like,
yeah.
Don't worry, they're probably going to teleport over to kill us.
Oh yeah.
One thing orcs are good at in space is getting on your ship.
Yeah.
You're don't worry, Don. You're going to have a lot to do.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking I need to be on the Eternal Praetorian, because that's going to be the first one they get to.
I think the closing scene is just Nero writing a letter to his wife and daughter, for sure.
Left or right hand, Arthur?
He's ambidextrous, but he writes it with his right hand, but he holds it in place with his left hand. You know, it's only 2 points of critical damage, right? It's not really that bad. It's only the time he took 8 points of critical damage and nearly had his arm blown off. It just injured the armor. Come on.
It's just a weird thing with the system where you're actually on -2 injuries. It just happens to be like light in your arm. But if you took a minor hit somewhere else in the body, it would still take you down to like a bad critical in that. If you took 1 damage to the chest, that's still a -4 in the chest.
How long does it take for fatigue to recover?
As soon as you can rest, all fatigue goes away.
All right, so my fatigue is back. All right. Yeah.
I continue the tradition of never being hit in combat still, so...
Yeah. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
I do want to also explain, by the way, in the scene we didn't see where like Nero cut the head off the mech boy, like he woke up partway through beheading and actually like managed to spit blood in your face once you remove the head before he expired.
Yeah, I feel like that's the extra scene post credits.
Hey, promise me you use me as a drinking cup when you're done.
So he did it with the burning blade, right? So it was like a power field cut, but it was cauterized in the process. Oh, this is a good episode for Nero. Killing a boss by himself.
Look, dude, if it wasn't for those organ grinder rounds and that double 10.
I know.
If James had rolled a 10 in initiative and beat you,
yeah, it would have been bad. Yeah, I'm not denying that. Actually, even with that, I still would have hit with every shot because I over succeeded on my roll to hit.
No, he would have gotten you in melee. You couldn't use the heavy bolter.
He said we were simultaneously going.
No, it's saying he rolled it. If he rolled a 10,
you're right. If he had
higher.
gotten into melee first, you're right.
Yeah.
My plan
Then
there was to
Dawn.
just beg for mercy, I guess. Slowly dying. Wait for Dawn to show up.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
survive long enough. Well, I do have storm bolters, so I would have whipped those out and shot him in the stomach. But other than that, yeah, I would have
can't use those in melee, I don't think, right?
They're pistols, aren't they?
Storm bolters, no.
Storm bolters, no, they're a basic weapon.
Yeah,
okay, well then I still have my shoulder-mounted gun thingy and my arm-mounted auto
cannons or auto pistols.
Auto pistols. They're not mounted to my wrist. They're mounted on little ejector thingies on my armor that pop out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So nobody's interested in the so the only orc gun that actually works for anybody other than orc is the custom mega blaster that the big mech had. The one that
I don't know. I spit on it and
Can I use the giant space hammer that he had?
Yeah, I mean, so space spanner, the sparky choppy spanner. Yep.
Yeah. How does that work?
What quality is the
Doesn't.
custom Mega Blaster?
It is normal quality.
So it'd be poor quality for us.
Yeah,
No, it's reliable for an orc. Normal for you.
Oh, okay. So it's normal for us. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Because I know
just
it's.
Lord Commodore, we should probably destroy or sell these pieces of orc trash.
I'm keeping the Mega Blaster.
It's a keepsake.
I'll tell you,
You're
it's stats.
keeping his skull. I get his gun.
Yeah, no,
Class-
Nero's just like, what a sick tradition.
It's
He says as he's like drinking wine out of his skull.
it's class heavy, damage 3d10 plus 9, pen 9, clip 14, 4 full reload, with inaccurate and overheats.
Excellent. This is all I've.
Terrible. What do you want this thing for? Is this
mean,
for when you
okay,
run out of pistols?
No, Pondo has literally been collecting weird
Xenos
alien
weapons.
guns.
Yeah.
He has been like constantly.
We'll just
I
mount
have
this
that,
baby on the back of the golf cart.
Nope. No. That's a good Imperial golf cart.
They're in my
tell me
office
about-
for whenever I want to have it because I have that special pariah war scythe. Now I got this, and
Wow.
that Eldar grenade.
Tell me about the spanner. What does that look like?
Okay, the choppy spanner is class melee, or that's exotic for you guys.
So it's class
damage-
exotic.
Sorry,
Okay. It's an
damage
exotic
1d10. Yeah, 1d10 plus 7, tearing, pen 5 with power field, tearing, and unwieldy.
So you wouldn't be
That's
able to
not
block
bad.
or dodge.
Yeah, I'll probably just stay with the burning blade. I think.
Yeah, it gets you a couple extra points of damage, but
Yeah.
not really worth it.
I'm
But
literally about to
it's
get
a
into
giant
blade weapon
sparkly
master.
spanner. Come on.
So would I need to have like heavy weapon training to use?
No, exotic weapon training for it because it's a Xenos
Okay.
weapon.
I mean, I've got a couple of those because I'm a rogue trader. It gives me a couple of those for whatever reason.
I love the idea that there exists like a fucking like a 7 silo missile launcher, but it only classifies itself as exotic. So like, someone like Pondo could just be like, oh yeah.
So at some point, Pondo, you should Google like what a custom Mega Blaster looks like, because it pretty much looks like a plasma gun with the barrel of a bolter sticking out the front and a part light for like a flamer. So it's like everything in one.
I love it.
I hate it.
I don't know why I love it.
Wow. Yeah, I just looked it up.
Yeah.
That is. Oh boy.
We're on rank 5 now, boys.
Yeah.
Yep.
How much XP do we get?
500 XPs for today.
Ooh, it's big XP money.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to use most of it.
What is strong-minded?
Because it all requires your left arm.
No, because I have to spend an extra 50 to get Fellowship 1, so now I'm better at talking to people. But I don't have so I'm missing 50 points to get Jaded, which is what I've wanted since the beginning of the game.
I've had that since the beginning of the game.
Yes, but I don't have it, and I want it.
The
You want it?
trifecta would be complete.
It's your precious.
Yeah, I mean, Jaded is really fucking good. Right? You can't be affected by things, right? You're just like,
Yeah, mundane horrors. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I just don't want to take fear tests or insanity points. So,
You don't really have to take sphere checks as long as I'm next to you.
yeah,
But
but
when
I
I'm
need
not-
to. I just killed a man without anybody next to me except for Cade, who did nothing.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to fight our own battles, Pondo. Speaking of Pondo, let's do Pondo's outro, Pondo.
Hi, I'm Pondo. You can't find me anywhere else at the moment, except for Solaris Knights, which is coming out next week, I believe.
Yes.
Because we're having the...
It'll start coming out Friday.
Yeah,
You gonna play Valheim with us?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Thought
probably
we were gonna get
most-
Cotton and you to play Valheim. We've already started taming the boars. When no one was looking, I killed some of them.
Well, you don't want to do that when Kyle's around.
Listen, I tamed I fucking get all the boars in there, and I fed them all of the mushrooms. I did the taming myself. If I want to turn them into delicious leather scraps, I can, and no one could stop me. I'm crazy.
It sounds like it, yeah.
When we get wolves, they follow you around and fight with you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What else do you have, Pondo? When you're not here and you're not doing anything else, what are you doing?
Right now, I'm going to be getting ready to move, so I don't have anything planned at the moment. Haven't really been working on anything else aside from that. Yeah. I would point out where I am, which is Pondo at YouTube or twitch.tv of Pondo the Mad, which I have some stuff in backlog there. Not on Twitch because I delete everything. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
Spoon, what do you got?
I am Big Spoon or Big Spoon 223 over on Twitter, on Discord. Yeah. I enjoyed tonight's episode. I liked the more cinematic style. I am very disappointed that I didn't get to barn swallow a flying dawn, but you know, next time. Yeah, you can catch me on Solaris Nights when they start coming out, and then Oath of Endosteel for patrons will be tomorrow, with the last week's Sunday episode dropping on YouTube. So,
yeah, I should do that now. Good reminder.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Otherwise, that would not have happened. People be waking me up, going, "Hey, man, you got that Endosteel?"
Yeah, y'all got any more than battle mechs?
Dave, what do you have?
Yo, everyone. So while we were playing, I hired a guy. So that was fun.
Then you fired him immediately.
No, he's already cracking wise in my Discord channel. So, you know, all good.
Nice.
All good. So, you know, things will be coming together pretty good pretty soon for that. I don't know, man. Like, fuck. God, I'm so fucking tired lately. You guys have no idea. Like, I thought I had free time to do things. I just don't. Like,
you mean running two companies, one of which is just getting started up, is time consuming?
Well, it's not bad. I'm currently a part of 3 companies, about to start a 4th one.
Yeah.
And all the while, like, trying to, like, finance a house. And, yeah, I don't know. And then Arthur's like, "Hey, man, wheat field." And not that that's a thing anymore, but, you know, it's like, whatever. I just all of a sudden I had time, and then it's like slipping through my hand like sand, you know, like it's gone.
Like dust in the wind.
Dust in the wind, man. Dust in the wind. Like that Daft Punk song starring The Weeknd. Yeah. Anyways, like, fuck, I don't know. Go follow my Twitter account. Like, my personal one doesn't get used anymore, but go follow my Kinky Fridays account. I'll promote the new company when we actually get around to getting the investors on board for that. But yeah, I don't know, man. Oh yeah, we just brought on like James, you might know this, but the old sorcery books, Steve Jackson books.
Yep.
Yeah, we're making a Switch game out of the sorcery books. With a company called Inkle. And Steve Jackson is on board with it, and yeah, is this
a porn game? A lot of porn game.
No, this is Steve Jackson's sorcery. You know.
Holy shit!
For my,
what is it? What's the rule that anything can be made as porn? Is that which internet rule is that?
Look, if I can convince Steve Jackson to fucking make some porn with me, man, it's gonna be a cold day in hell. You know what I'm saying? So, Yeah, but yeah, no, that's it. Thanks.
Yeah,
for
rule
playing. Thanks for running.
34. Rule 34.
There you go. Yeah.
Rule 34, Steve Jackson. I don't. That's probably the one thing that won't show up. But yeah, Twitch Prime. I don't know. Support the Arthur. Yeah.
The Arthur. Yep. Grimdark. The Grimdark Games.
Yes, I'm Grimdark James. I had a lot of fun tonight. I wasn't sure. I've had 4 weeks to plan this session, and so many times I sat down trying to find battle maps, and I looked for. I thought I had something in Tabletop Simulator for this, and I thought, no, just going to do it this way. And I think it worked out in my mind pretty well. I had to use bad guys from Deathwatch, which is why they were so tough, because they're made to be taken on by groups of Marines. But instead, Nero took on one of them. So good on you, Nero, with your shit-hot dice rolling.
I mean, look, we could just admit that Nero is basically a space marine at this point.
No, we're just all going to talk about how Nero overhyped how tough orcs are.
That sounds good. That sounds about right.
I was actually thinking last night, because I played 2 games of 40K yesterday, and won one, lost one, and I was upgrading my crusade list, and I realized I didn't know what they're called. But you know how Marines get the studs in their forehead?
Service studs.
Yeah, each one's 100 years. They're actually called Centurious service studs.
Oh, really?
So,
Okay.
And I sort of had this picture on mind about if I was to have an epilogue scene for Tide of Iron, I sort of imagine in the horror series novels, there's plenty of cases where people join Marine chapters too late to become Marines, but still got some form of basic gen-hancement and still got to assist the Marines in various capacities. I sort of imagine if Nero survived long enough, he'd be this gen-hanced addition to a Marine chapter with the same service studs in his head. That was just the thought that crossed my mind as an epilogue scene. I don't know if Nero will survive that epilogue.
Nero as a rogue inquisitor just running around all he does is just there's battlefields, I'm gonna gather up some troops and we're gonna go murder. You'll join me or you'll die.
So the 2 times I've used the blind tesseract in games before, when the players have reached it, it's usually resulted in everyone turning on each other. So
Perfect.
We'll see if that happens again this time. That's why I said
we all work for Pierre, so there's no way we would turn on each other.
That's why I said the highest likelihood would be that Nero would be the one to kill Pierre. So
wow. Why does everyone keep saying that?
Melee with Nero. I mean, Nero's kryptonite is that you gotta get in melee, or else you can't use the heavy bolter.
I don't know. I feel like your delicate flesh is more than auto pistolable. You're no orc mega boss. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, you can shoot me with a pistol from melee range. I really feel like the guns will still kill you.
The other thing I will say is this week, the good people at Pegasus Spieler gave myself and my podcast co-host, a free copy of the Talisman Adventures RPG. So we're going to check that out, and we're going to record our first episode of the dice mechanics and include a review of that. And then we're going to get the author Tim Huckleberry onto the show. Arthur, I know I've still promised you we're going to get you on.
You take your time.
So,
take your time.
Yeah, I have been. I've been waiting 8 months to do this, but certainly we're this close. I've got all the gear ready to go. I'm just waiting for the days not to be so hot, so I don't get sweating and sitting here in my own filth while trying to have a podcast.
What do you mean? It's winter, James.
It's 73% humidity now. I've just checked before. It's gone up.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's alternating between hot and sunny and raining. It's like tropical weather here.
My favorite Australian weather is when it's so humid that clouds show up and then they start storming, but no rain comes, and lightning hits the ground and starts fires. That's my favorite one.
Or it goes from nothing to hail. Then it's hot and some storm cloud through. Yeah, that's how.
No rain, just hails, just hit the ground.
That's how I have to get my car repaired twice from hail damage. Yeah.
Speed holes.
You guys ever heard of temperate zones?
No.
All right, that's all I got.
Okay, that's it. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you next week.